too late to tell you that I love you now they've carried you away? Am I too late? Am I too late to tell you that I love you now they've carried you away? Am I too late? Am I too late to tell you that I love you now they've carried you away?
Hello. That was loud. Hi, you're watching It's Not That Late. Check this out. Made a new logo. It doesn't have DJ Dave's name in it.
Oh, that's good.
Since he's not here.
Yeah. Again, I'm Dave, but
Anyway,
I'm not DJ
yeah.
Dave.
This is Dave 2.
We'll call me David. How about that?
Well, Dave, technically he hates it when people call him Dave. And he prefers, anyway, it don't matter.
But it doesn't.
Anyway, you're watching It's Not That Late. We'll just leave out the live with DJ Dave part. Technically, we are live. I think, yes.
It's awful cold outside. So
it is very cool.
cool.
Yeah. No, it says it's 71 degrees outside.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Balmy.
The temperature thing's right there.
Oh.
Anyway, I should go move that out and we can see how low it gets.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well.
Yeah.
This is the Black Friday edition. I'm lucky enough to be here for that. I was here for the Election Day edition. And we do get to cover, I don't know if we get live coverage like we did on Election Day, but as we spoke about a lot on Election Day, the really highly, the heated contest between Jylene Berger and the Ed Moran run in Idaho Falls.
Oh, yeah.
The Berger-Moran race was really tight. But anyway, I don't know if we're going to get live coverage of that, but that is tonight. So hopefully if you're in Idaho Falls, you did your civic duty and voted for either Bergers or Morans.
It's your mic. Talk.
Hi, hello.
Okay. All right.
All right.
What number am I?
This says 2.
1. Hello. Can you hear me? Anyway.
So anyway, today for our Black Friday edition, there's not a lot to talk about, but we were thinking...
It's Black Friday, in case you didn't know. It was like 4 days ago.
Well, but hey, we just had Cyber Monday.
Yes.
And so that's today's Tuesday, so what's that? Spend yourself to Welfare Wednesday tomorrow or something. I'm not sure. There's a name for every day, I think. I don't know. But we did have Cyber Monday.
Did you notice that like Cyber Monday deals were pretty horrible?
Actually, I kind of thought they weren't bad. If you went on Newegg, if you had money to spend, like Newegg had some great deals. Amazon did okay.
But they still weren't like Walmart's Cyber Mondays weren't nearly as good as their in-stores were. Lego just did the same thing from Friday to Monday. Those are the only two I checked.
Well, I didn't have a ton of money to spend for Cyber Monday or Black Friday or Spend Yourself on Welfare Wednesday. But I was actually just at Walmart, and, that store is just terrible at Christmas. I don't know why anybody goes there anyway. In case Walmart people are listening, no, it's a great store, and there's no wonder everyone was there. But
yes, I love Walmart. It's so awesome. I walk in, and I don't feel like running and homing and taking a shower.
Well, they should just change the name to, like, a terrible collection of crap, and that could either fit for the customers or what they're selling. Because did you notice that, like, Duck Dynasty, you can buy a Duck Dynasty everything now?
I know. You walk by that the hunting section, and you go from toys, and it's like toys, and then suddenly it's Duck Dynasty all the way back to the home section.
They even had a fake Duck Dynasty beard that you could buy, or a talking Uncle Si doll.
I have a question. What is Duck Dynasty?
You're the only person who's never watched an episode of Duck Dynasty.
I have no idea. Is it a show?
It is. Well, it is a show.
Okay.
It's actually, I hate to say it, I've watched a couple shows. It's not terrible. It's a bunch of rednecks, but they're not like Honey Boo Boo style rednecks. They're like entrepreneurial rednecks. They make a lot of money, and they spend a lot of money doing rednecky things. And so they're very, very popular. And at Walmart, it plays really well. Like I say, you can buy a talking Duck Dynasty doll, which if you buy anybody in your family the talking Duck Dynasty doll, that pretty much just guarantees that a year from now you're going to have a yard sale to sell that crap.
And it won't sell.
And it won't sell. And there's these pillows with the people's faces, and they're neat people, but they're not good-looking people. So anyway, not that anybody wants. I guess you could get a Justin Bieber pillow, and that would probably end up in a yard sale the same way. But anyway, just a little friendly advice. Nobody really wants a Duck Dynasty pillow. What are you doing over there?
I was blowing in the CD player.
Oh, it's like the Nintendo trick. If it doesn't work, you just blow in the cartridge and then it magically worked.
I don't know. There's no scratches on the CD, but it wasn't playing. Now it is. So apparently it does.
All right. Well, good. The Nintendo trick stands solid.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I see all that stuff there at the store, and I've always wondered what Duck Dynasty was. I could have Googled it, but I didn't really care to because I'm like, who cares? Apparently a lot of people do.
And I guess the Duck Dynasty people are really smart because they know that 15 minutes of fame is running out any second because they really do have everything with Duck Dynasty on it. Like I said, there was the fake beard.
I'm pretty sure I saw like chips that had them on it. I don't think, it wasn't like shaped chips or anything like that, or, it might have been like duck flavored. I don't know. But I definitely remember seeing those guys with the beards on a bag of chips at some point.
Yeah, you can get
I
everything.
can't remember what brand either.
They have sunglasses similar to yours that are Duck Dynasty brand.
Well, you just remember I wore them a long time before those guys with beards.
You were a Top Gun era, not the Duck Dynasty era.
Well, I wasn't even. I started wearing the aviators again in the phase between the Top Gun era and when they recently, a few years ago, came back into style. And by a few years ago, I mean like 8 years ago.
Yeah, well...
Then they died off a little bit again, but then they came back recently, like 2 years ago. But anyway, there was that. I mean, the only place I could actually find them was at the dollar store. That's how unpopular they were.
So it's like really hipster that you wear the aviators because you did it after they were cool, but before they were cool.
And I was getting ready to change. I was going to change to the 60s style sunglasses. Trying to find them, could not find them anywhere. Suddenly, one day, boom, they're all over the place.
And I'm
can't go somewhere without seeing. So then I'm like, oh, great, now I can't wear them because.
So see, it's my testament that I really think that it's not that late. That set the trend. It was probably this show that brought them back. It could be.
It could have been. Because it is a weird coincidence that I started wearing them, and then within a few years, they came back in style.
It is true.
But.
So yeah, it very well could be the show because we know you're out there. We don't know what the
and luckily I have it documented too because it was on TV.
Yeah, you can see it on YouTube. I've looked it up.
Push the speaker button. We should see if the phone is working. So let's put the number up.
Yeah. So in case you had some great,
I still haven't made it crawl again.
Well, that's all right. But if you did get some great Black Friday deals, I want to hear about them because, like I was saying, I didn't personally have a lot of money to spend on Black Friday. So if you found a killer deal, actually, I just kind of want to hear your opinion. Are there really people that find that much value in saving $7.99 on anything that they need to be trampled at Walmart? And if so, I really just want to convince me, sell me on it, people, because I just don't get it. I really don't.
Well, and I know the day after all over the Facebook, everybody was putting up the whole, here's all the stories of all the violence and injuries and everything that came along with Black Friday. And
well, what really bugged me. Well, that bugged me too. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, that's just really how many people just go nuts. That crazy.
Well, the part that bugged me is on Facebook, everybody saying, oh, we need to boycott the stores who are selling stuff on Thanksgiving. We need to really keep the holiday sacred or whatever. I'm sorry, stuffing your face with turkey and gravy is not a sacred holiday. And, hospitals are open, Common Sense is open, Jackson's. There's a lot of businesses open, and nobody cares about that. However, because several hundred people who are gainfully employed and not complaining about being employed had to go to work at a retail store, it's kind of like working at a bar on New Year's Eve, really. I mean, can you really complain that you have to work on New Year's Eve when you work at a bar? It kind of just comes with the job. So Anyway, I just think those people trying to call for a boycott, well, it obviously didn't work because everybody was open selling this year. And I say, go capitalism. And if you had to work on Thanksgiving, I'm sorry if it hurt you or whatever. Next year, let's get a different job that you won't have to work at. That's really your choice. No, we're not a...
If you don't want to work on Thanksgiving, don't work at Walmart, you know?
Or, yeah, it's true.
Or Kmart.
Walmart
was closed last year. For Thanksgiving,
yeah.
but and Kmart was the one. They didn't do the morning thing. Kmart was actually closed most of the day too, but they did the opening at 7, I think it was. And I just happened to be driving by Kmart when they did the 7 o'clock thing. I was at a Thanksgiving party thing when I needed to go get some Wii games from home. Drove by Kmart, and the line, you know how Kmart is laid out, was all the way out to Quinn Road by the movie theater.
Spots.
I'm like, I'm going to run over somebody. You know, the line was that huge. I'm like, that's just, who would do that? I don't know.
What is the deal with Kmart and their 4,000 handicap spots? There aren't that many handicap people in Pocatello.
Hey, look at that.
Hey, there we are.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, when you go into Kmart, aside from on Black Friday or Thanksgiving, apparently, there's only like 2 people in the store.
Yeah.
And they both are handicapped.
But I have
elderly
to
people. Because pretty much Kmart's whole, demographic is the 80-year-old women.
Well, I really like it. I miss their deli, though. Back in the day, they had those ham sandwiches at the deli. Those were delicious, and Slurpees or Ices or whatever. I miss those. But nowadays...
They really went downhill,
Yeah, they got rid of the deli. And then there was that place in the back that just stunk like rotten cigarette smoke because there were like a bunch of old... It was like a cafeteria in the back. Do you remember that, or am I just old?
I think you're old. I don't remember that far back.
Well, I know some of our viewers will remember the nasty-smelling cafeteria in the back. But anyway... All of that aside, I really don't think I should have to park at the FBI building just to go to Kmart. I would probably go to Kmart more if I could park a little closer. Maybe.
Well, I mean, really, there's the... they've really got just those 2 right there in front of the door that are all... Like, the whole row is all handicapped. So it's actually further away than some of the spots up here.
But all the employees park in those.
Say on the TV here, you got like the store up here, the 2 rows here are all handicapped, and then there's like a few rows here. I always park in like either this one or this one. It's still pretty close to the door.
Yeah, because this spot here is handicapped, and it's further away than this spot over here. Yeah, it's true. But anyway, so that bugs me about Kmart. But there were some good deals. Shopko had some good deals. I was pleased with Shopko's ads, and they had a Nerf gun on sale for $9.99, regularly $30. It's pretty sad. We are mostly concerned about toys. It tells you that we have 6- and 7-year-old children. So,
Well, I was actually thinking about going to Kmart for the Legos on was it the night? I can't remember if it was the night. I think it was the night of Thanksgiving, when they did the 25% off. Or no, it was a buy one, get one.
Buy one, get one, 50%
Yeah,
off.
that was it. But then I realized it said in the ad just City and Creator and something else.
It was one of their Ninja Turtles. Yeah, why is it?
And I'm like, they are the only ones right now, unless Fred Meyer had got some in the last few days. I don't know. They were the only ones that had all the new Hobbit sets. Kmart did. So I was tempted. But then I realized it wasn't the Hobbits that were on sale, so I didn't care anymore.
Yeah.
But because I really do want to get all the new Hobbit sets.
They do look pretty cool.
Yeah.
I will probably wait 6 months until they're on clearance. That's the bad thing about this season is nothing goes really on clearance this time of year. They put sales
Christmas,
on them.
After Christmas, they will if they have them left over. But like the new Hobbit, it's just one of those where you just don't know if you want to grab it now while you still have a chance, or if you want to wait till it goes on clearance.
Yeah.
Because, like, say, the zombie set from Target, that was a Target exclusive. If you ever see a Lego exclusive, you want to grab that as fast as you can. But, like, the Target Zombies one, people were like, see if it goes on sales. No, it was gone in a week, I mean...
So I don't have that one.
Yeah.
That sucks for me.
And, there's a few other sets, too, that just disappear pretty quick, and you never see them again. And it's like, I missed it. So if you wait for it to go on sale, you might... I don't know. So I, when it comes to like Hobbit and Lone Ranger, I got those, and Lord of the Rings. Those ones I snag up. The others, I'm like, if I see them on sale, I'll get them. Ninjago and stuff like that.
It's true. It is true. But I'd hate it because it doesn't seem like really anything goes on clearance sale. Not even just toys. Everything goes on sale, but it's like it's been marked up to be put on sale. Anyway, it's just this time of year. They just milk you out of all your money.
Yeah.
And, it's an obligatory thing, and it's a great religious holiday. Anyway, sorry if that sounded a little cynical. Anyway. So anyway, as you guys can see, if anybody was watching the Tuesday, election day, I just started the No Shave Ember. Yeah, the election day. And then this is, now it's 3 days late. I should have shaved 3 days ago, and I still haven't. But,
I shaved a week ago.
Yeah.
Before the end of November.
Oh, yeah, I saw your pics with the goatee. Actually,
well, that was just a lost bet, but
with your son, or would you lose to somebody else?
Jason.
What was the bet?
I already have a hard time remembering. Oh, it was his spelling words.
Oh, okay.
If he got more than... Was it spelling words or something else? If he got a certain amount right, I would... Because he thought it was funny and he thought I should leave it. Because he just walked into the bathroom while I was halfway shaving. Because you know how it is. You don't get private time.
No.
Bathroom, fair game for a kid. Anyway, I'm in the middle of, trimming it up, and he walks in as it's, half of it. I just got this part done. That's all he saw, and he's like, oh, you should leave it. I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, come on. Okay, tell you what, if you get all your spelling words, or however many I said, then we'll do it.
Well, that's a noble cause. You got to reward your kids.
So luckily, I talked to him only the 3 days or whatever it was, and I had to leave it, so...
So eventually he didn't think it was a good look for him.
Because I hate the douchey goatee thing.
Hey, I do the douchey goatee thing regularly, but I just do that because it hides a couple of my chins, and so it works out well for me. That and just the chin thing mainly. That and I...
See, and, you probably can't even see it on the TV. I actually do have some scruff still going on, but I looking at this monitor here anyway, I still look clean shaven.
Yeah, and...
What's wrong with this one? This one usually shows something.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, there's usually something going on. Hopefully we're on. I don't know. Maybe we've been talking to ourselves for the last half hour. Nobody has bothered calling, but
maybe it always shows that. I can't remember.
No, usually it flashes like people rolling around in a tire and stuff.
Oh, because I never put the other thing back in. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
That explains it.
Yeah.
So anyway, if there's also, I wanted to mention, and since we don't really have a lot of format for tonight, I wanted to bring up the whole, what's the guy who died that everybody's throwing a fit about? The
Paul Walker.
Yeah, that guy. What else did he do other than Fast and the Furious? This tells you how much I paid attention.
Into the Blue. That's it.
What's that about?
It was like some...
It wasn't
No, it wasn't surfy. I think they were like snorkeling or something and found buried treasure, and somebody came after it or something like that.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly. It was pretty dumb.
Okay. Well,
just like most of the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, we got a call.
Well, yeah, we just bashed on Paul Walker. Of course, people are going to call now.
Yeah.
Great. Don't answer it. We're just kidding. We love Paul Walker. Rest in peace. We'll miss him. And we'll miss all those. I'm sure they would have gone up to like 12. Yeah, just hit speaker.
Hello, it's not that late.
Hello, David.
Oh, hi. I think I know this person. This is Kathy. She is representing American Falls right now, I believe. How's it going?
It's just wonderful.
Oh, good.
Watching you here at the nursing home in American Falls.
Oh, okay, good. And there's still people awake there?
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Right at you.
Really?
Wow.
It's not that late.
It's true. It really isn't.
I thought it was as soon as it gets dark, they had to go to bed.
Oh, that is so rude.
I thought that's how it worked. I'm sorry.
He hasn't had a lot of experience with nursing homes.
No.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he will.
Yeah, I give it a 5 years. So
I was going to say, Paul Walker was on Pleasantville, and he was on She's All That. A lot of those teeny bopper type movies.
Oh, okay.
I saw both of those, and I don't remember him in them.
He's
So
in them.
Was he good in them?
probably
I
not.
thought so.
Oh, well, he is a pretty dashing-looking guy.
If he didn't,
Right there, yeah.
well, if he didn't do Fast and the Furious, would anybody remember that he was in those?
Probably not.
Okay.
Well, and see, I really didn't really care that much for Fast and the Furious either. And then
The first one was okay, but all the ones after that were just horrible because they were all just copies of the first one with stupid different little twists.
they got a newer car every time.
And there's one more coming out next year, and then we're free. I'm kind of excited about that.
They're free?
No, we're free of them.
Oh,
Hopefully.
gotcha.
Hopefully. No, they're probably going to go and, like, recast, like, the guy that plays Captain Kirk in the new Star Treks or something and keep making him.
Oh, did we lose Kathy? I think we might have. She'd said her piece, I guess. Well, thank you for calling. Anyway, I appreciate it. Now we know that there's somebody
Kathy.
listening. Yeah, we weren't bagging on you. We know he was a hot dude. I mean, that is cool. The thing I think that the tragedy in it all is that I can't pull up to a stoplight without having some Honda come up that sounds really bad and have him rev his engine next to me. Well, because I do have kind of a POS car that kind of looks like a Fast and the Furious car with a big ding in the side of it. But anyway, so they all seem to think I want to race these people.
Yeah.
And I don't.
I get that occasionally in my Cruiser. I'm like, it's a PT Cruiser.
Yeah, now that's funny.
4 cylinders. I mean, to those Hondas.
Well, I say
have
the
4 cylinders, too,
Hondas
but
all have 4 cylinders too.
It's a PT Cruiser. I mean, they designed it for 40-year-old guys going through a midlife crisis, but women were the only ones that bought it.
And the old
Why,
people.
why would they think I'm the old people, but why would I want to race? No.
Well, I don't see why anybody would think you'd want to race it, but I think they're a good, solid car. Didn't you have like an accident in one, and it was amazing?
I rolled one off the freeway and walked away from it.
Yeah, so that's awesome. I think that right there is a selling point for any car. Not to be a jerk, but had a PT Cruiser,
Well, yeah, maybe.
we probably wouldn't be talking about this right now.
Yeah.
But I understand he was in like a tin can of a Porsche that's not even like a regular Porsche. It's like made for racing. And so like if it ran over like even like a pop can, it might crumple.
Yeah.
And he was riding. That's the bad part.
And the driver was, a professional racer, so he was going fairly
Really fast.
And they probably did hit a pop can.
Yeah,
So-
they might have. And so, I mean, I'm not trying to say it's not a tragedy. It's,
What we're trying to say is don't litter. You might kill a celebrity.
it's true. It is true. It is true. Very true. That's a good point. That's our public service announcement for today.
Anyway.
But, yeah, it is a tragedy. I'm not trying to be a heartless jerk. I feel bad for his family. I understand he had a young child and all of that. But people die all the time, and they're not celebrities who are in teeny bopper movies. Yeah, and actually, even there's a really decent fellow that I was somewhat friends with died just this last week. A sad thing. So good dart player, good guy. Had the whole community kind of poured their heart out for that guy. Anyway, but he shall remain nameless. But anyway, just saying, a lot of people die all the time. We've got people dying in the war. Oh wait, now I'm turning this into some weird hippie thing. I don't want to do that. But anyway. Yeah, but that just bugs me that it did become such huge news. And then, I also wanted to follow up. I'm just all over the place tonight. Did you have anything more you want to say about the dead guy?
No.
Last year, or last time I was here, we were all worried about the converging diamond. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
that's
because that was huge news, Everybody like, what do we need that for? And, since it happened, yeah, I haven't heard anybody really complain about it. It's really not that bad of a deal.
It's really, it's not. It's just, I'm still baffled at the fact that Chubbuck put up like $2 million to fix something that wasn't broken.
Wow.
When meanwhile, there are other roads like
Stewart.
Stewart and Whitaker and what's that other one just kind of down on Chubbuck Road a little bit. Anyway, all those ones are just horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, some people, old people can't drive down it because, their hips come out of their socket while trying to get down the road there. But
A celebrity might kill themselves in a plastic Porsche.
yeah.
But, actually, I was just on Stewart just the other day, and I was thinking, me and my son were on the way to the library, and we're thinking, this is just torture, trying to go check out a book.
Well, for the kids, it's fun because they're all in the back of them.
Oh, yeah, he was having a good time.
Yeah.
But, no, actually, even Christian's like, oh, this is terrible, Dad. Why don't they fix this? I don't know. We got a converging diamond. So,
I mean, the converging diamond does, really traffic hasn't slowed or increased at all because there was nothing wrong with that section of
actually, I think it is a little faster. I'm going to argue that because,
See, I don't think
I
it
have
is.
always avoided that section of town. Well, mainly because of Walmart. But
At least
think it
every
gets
time I
through
come out
that.
of Walmart trying to go that way, I still get stopped by the light.
Well, where it's faster, I think, is if you're coming off of the interstate, like headed west, and then you're going to make a left onto Yellowstone. That part, it does go a lot faster because it's like making a right turn, sort of. But
There's still light.
well, there is, but I mean, I don't know. I ran it.
But yeah, I don't know why they put a light there instead of just a yield.
Yeah, it should be.
But because there's no traffic coming the other way, so you don't need to worry about I don't know why they put a light there instead of just a yield or even just blinking yellow lights. That baffles me.
Another thing I wanted to talk about. I've been reading the paper, which is dangerous. Well, actually, I went this last week to the light parade. Very nice parade. Congratulations, Pocatello. Awesome job. And then the relighting of the Chief Theater sign, which made me verklempt.
Now, that one, it just kind of confused me.
The lighting of the Chief?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm all up for, the old, keep things retro kind of look. I think it's cool that they put the light back up. But I'm just kind of mad that they put it back up without rebuilding the theater.
Well,
It would be so much cooler if they actually had, built a replica of the Chief Theater in that spot and reopened it, and people can go watch movies there. That would be awesome.
well, if we
Just having the light there is kind of false advertising, and it ticks me off.
well, but if we needed another theater that nobody supported, there'd be a second reel open. So.
But you see, people
Oh, wait, that
would
wasn't
support.
very funny.
I love the reel.
I
Anyway,
do too, and I guess they're digital now.
Yeah, they are digital.
I haven't been there, so
It's actually Carmike is still not digital.
I know that.
So, the
It's
reel
terrible.
has actually surpassed Carmike because they're the same price. The reel did raise their price a little bit because of the digital,
But
but
I
now
think
they're
they're
the
the
same
same.
price as Carmike, so no one
Carmike
cares.
has this big tear in the screen.
Yeah, and Carmike's, all their screens are horrible, and you get those little spots coming out. And, I went and saw, what was it? Took Jason to something at the reel, and I'm like, holy cow, this looks good now.
Does it smell
Awesome.
bad still?
It smells like popcorn.
Oh, okay. Well, I can handle that. It was that
How long?
urine smell in THX. It was like 2 years ago. 3 years ago. It didn't smell good. It was like I say, yeah.
Well, if you go in there right after, what is it, on Tuesdays, I think it is, when they do the
popcorn day, the cheap popcorn day.
no, on Tuesdays, on the summer, they do the summer shows,
the
but
matinees.
Tuesdays are the daycare day, and holy cow. I walked in there on accident on Tuesday, forgetting it was Tuesday, and they still let me in, and I regretted it because of wow, there's kids everywhere, they're throwing everything everywhere. I mean, you just expect that on the summer kids shows, but the daycare days, it's like they're everywhere, and it's just this huge mess.
I think I went to Pulp Fiction on that day. That was terrible. But anyway.
As long as Pulp Fiction wasn't one of the kids shows.
Oh, it was. It was awesome. The kids loved it. They ate it all up. But anyway, back to the Chief Theater thing. It really was beautiful. And of course, growing up in Pocatello, I loved the Chief Theater, and the sign was iconic. But
Didn't the light already break or something?
Well, that's actually, I think it was 20 minutes after they lit it, I think the top part went out. And I haven't seen it publicized, but I think that did happen. But I do want to applaud Old Town Pocatello. They're starting to actually try to bring people down there. They're getting more housing down there with the old Whitman. Just recently took a tour downtown. I went on that ghost tour, which was interesting, very interesting. If nothing else, for the history of downtown. But I really did like the Chief Theater being lit up. I don't think I ever saw it completely lit, except for that 1 minute. Yeah. The only thing is, did you go to the lighting of it, or did you not? It was kind of interesting. They had...
Crud, that might be a one-time for tomorrow. Anyway, sorry, I was looking at something else. I did not go to the lighting of it.
It was, they had it, they even had these little programs listed, or printed out, and they were supposed to light the sign at 8 o'clock. Well, it was probably 20 degrees or something, or it felt like 20 degrees, at least after standing out for a parade for 2 hours. And then at about 8 o'clock, they had all these people come up and start talking, and it was over this loudspeaker that I think I could have hollered and people could have heard me better. Well, anyway, at one point, I thought we were close to a riot. The people were chanting, they were about ready to turn over a dumpster and set it on fire. Even the homeless people were getting into it. It was crazy. So in the future, if Pocatello's going to do that, they really do need to flip the switch at 8 o'clock. But, and it's funny, like you said, one other interesting thing I've heard, and I don't know that this is true. That is a good deal. We do need to print that off. 10% coupon. Anyway,
So I guess you can print it on your own too if you want.
Oh, well, I
Anyway.
might do that. But anyway, I guess at the old Scott's, you know where that is downtown?
Yeah.
And they still have the sign up. On the side of that building is Peterson's Furniture or whatever. And I understand that the Historic Society is claiming the sides of those buildings as historic. So even if somebody buys that building, they can't paint over the existing advertisement.
You know, if personally, I mean, some people are just weird and don't care about history and old stuff. But if I bought it, I'd be like, yeah, it's fine. You know, in fact, I'd actually pay to restore it, and we kind of like, you know, if they would want that, and you know, kind of like touch it up a bit. But
Well, I think it's cool. I just think it's kind of like the government forcing its will on people, you know, free business. But if it were my choice, I would probably keep it too, because I think it's kind of cool, the nostalgic thing, you know, like on the side of the First Nash down there. And I understand the person who owns that building now, it's going to be another auction house. Anyway, they're going to build their own neon sign on the existing Scott's sign. So eventually it would be cool if they got a bunch of neon signs. I'm picturing, like, again, I have a child, so I'm picturing Cars, you know, the scene in Cars where there's all these old signs lit up, and that would be pretty cool. Something to make downtown Pocatello unique, because, you know, for years I think Idaho Falls downtown has just kicked ours butt, you know.
well, Idaho Falls has been kicking Pocatello's butt for, you know, a few decades now.
Yeah, except for in the citizen department. We're a lot cooler than their citizens. I'm sorry. I don't like the howdy.
We drive a little better, I think.
I think that's
And,
true.
and that's not saying much, because Pocatello drivers are. I stayed inside all day today. It's like, oh, it snowed. I'm not even going to go outside because everyone forgot how to drive. And
They do every year too.
yeah, every year for the first few months when the snow starts falling, you can't go drive because people are dumb. They forget how to drive.
It is true, and I mean, luckily I was at work, but the snow was flying. It was a terrible deal. I already knew it was going to be terrible, and the bad thing is we didn't get enough snow, because you really have to get like an inch or two before people really remember what they're doing. So we've got at least one more of these coming this year, and I guess it's probably not going to happen today because now it's like 10 degrees outside. And actually, I want to see how warm it is.
Well, I mean, even with how little we got, you know, the four-way stop at Quinn and Hawthorne.
Yeah.
That pretty much anyone who ever has driven on that in the wintertime knows that it ices over probably worse than any intersection in town. Okay, and there was still this like newer Charger that was right in front of me, and you know, they like gun it trying to go, and then they realize they start sliding. So once they get off that ice, they still are only driving 5 miles an hour all the way down Hawthorne. I'm like, really?
Wow.
It was just that one spot. You should have known. Anyway, ticked me off.
According to the weather thing on my phone, it says it's 9 degrees right now.
Really?
9 degrees. But the good news is I hit the little thing.
I'm going to go throw that thing outside. I'm going to see if it works.
All right. In the meantime, I guess I can go on some other rant. I want to see if it's 9 degrees also. But it's the funny thing is it's sitting in the room with the other thermometer, and it is a degree off. So I don't know how that works. But anyway, again, if anybody wants to call out there and tell us about your Black Friday shopping, or tell me what a moron me and John are, we'll listen to that. We don't mind. We've had other people tell us that before, so it won't be a new thing. But anyway, and actually, if you just want to tell us about your Thanksgiving, I like hearing about people get together with their families and have a good meal. You know, love Thanksgiving. Any holiday that's just based on you stuffing your face, sitting around and sweating gravy later is really good for me. So, as you can tell by my physique, that tends to be my kind of favorite holidays, or the turkey hangover holidays. So, that's what I did on Black Friday, though. I just kind of sat around and sweat out gravy. Well, I went to work, and work is really, really slow because everybody just assumes that we're closed, which we're not. Anyway, nope, it is. It's dropping now. It's going fast. We're down 2 degrees now. It was 1 degree. Oh, wow.
Oh, 3.
Yeah, it's moving quick now. Yep.
I just remembered I have this on my jump drive out there. Have you seen the trailer for the new Lego movie?
You know what? I have not.
You have not?
I have not. Is there any way we can play it on here? Let everybody see it? All right. Well, here we go. We're going to cut away.
It'll take me a second to figure it out.
Yeah, but this will be awesome. I hear it's going to be really cool, and they are going to put out some new Lego sets for the movie. I've seen previews of those, and a few of them look kind of really...
Those are supposed to come out like 2 days after Christmas.
that made a lot of sense. I did see
Well,
that.
I'm sure Toys R Us and a few of the other stores will probably get some in early like they did with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
But
But it would seem like they would really, since they're ramping this up. But then again, I think they're really pushing the new Hobbit sets. And they're pushing.
Well,
they're
those
really
were-
pushing the new Ninjago ones. I think too. They're everywhere.
well, yeah, because they're supposed to come out in the first the other day. But helps if I turn it the right way. Yeah, the sets for the movie aren't supposed to come out till the 29th. But I'm sure we'll see them early. But some of the sets do look pretty awesome. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are like transforming ones, like 2-in-1.
Oh, I
Yeah.
saw that. I thought so.
So you
out
can
of
build
one of
like the ice cream truck, and then it turns into some flying thing. Did I do that?
them. No, I did that. What I thought was kind of cool is I think they kind of crossed the bridge between the Lego Friends, which is the kind of predominantly female Legos, and the boys. They seem to do that really well.
So here you go. This is the trailer, the second trailer that they've actually put out for the Lego movie coming out sometime. I'll remember before we get back to it.
In March or something.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
February 7th, if you didn't see that there. That's when it's supposed to come out.
So it'll be a great date movie. So, Kathy, you know what we're doing on Valentine's Day. Just kidding. No, but I'm sure Christian will already have me there to watch it before that. We'll probably be there on February 7th. Yeah.
I love how they're doing like movies like that for Valentine's Day type releases. I mean, Die Hard released on Valentine's Day
that's
this
true.
year. That was awesome.
That is true. Well, because not everybody wants to go watch some sappy thing.
I know. And if a guy can actually get a girl to go to Die Hard with him on Valentine's Day, guaranteed he's going to propose at some point to that girl.
Or the Lego movie.
Or the Lego movie.
Yeah, pretty true. No, it is true. And, yeah. I'm just happy that, they've done other Lego movies, and some people have probably seen those at Walmart and whatnot, but they're
Well, those
really
are-
lower budget.
Those have all been direct to DVD.
Yeah.
And what's cool about all those ones, it's all the more CGI. And this, although it's still CGI, they did it to where it looked more like it was stop motion.
Yeah.
If you notice that, it actually looks like it's the Lego pieces that they did
Moving,
a stop
yeah.
motion instead of the Ninjago and Star Wars DVDs that they put out, where it looks
Like an animated,
Yeah,
like
like
a
a
cartoon.
cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. And the one thing I do fear, though, is like with the SpongeBob movies, they put a bunch of those that went straight to DVD. So when SpongeBob movie really did come out, I think a lot of people thought, wait a minute, what do you mean? There have been hundreds of these. So I'm afraid that might happen. And hopefully it doesn't, because there's an all-star cast. I mean, Morgan Freeman and Liam Neeson and Will Ferrell. Yeah, a really good all-star
hate
cast.
Will Ferrell.
I do, too. I don't-
That is the one thing that I was mad about with the Lego movie, though. Will Ferrell did a voice, but yeah,
It might make it a little cooler, though, because maybe he'll be self-deprecating in it a little bit. I mean,
well, at least now, if it really turns out to suck, I can be like, it's because Will Ferrell.
yeah, it's
I
true.
can blame it on him.
It is true. So it's not going to be Liam Neeson's fault. We know that's not true.
I mean, the two-headed cop, that's just hilarious.
Well, especially
You
if
saw
you do Legos, because there's a different face on each side, and depending on how you feel when you put it together, you can either make him.
And
So that is hilarious.
And the Lego collectible minifigures that come out at the end of this month are going to be from the movie, too.
That is cool. I'm still anxiously awaiting the Simpsons sets. Being an adult who never grew up and got over cartoons.
Well, and I mean, I hear some people say confirmation of it, and other people say it's still not sure, that Series 13 is going to be all Simpsons characters.
It would make sense that they would come out with sets, though. I mean, why wouldn't you want to have, like, Springfield or
But it might be just like this one, where they are coming out with sets, but then doing a full line
do
of
a full-
characters.
Well, there are enough
There are
characters.
enough characters in Simpsons to do that.
Although
but-
now they're down one. Ooh,
but
that's a bad joke. Anyway.
But I don't know how that would do for sales though, because there are a lot of people who don't care for The Simpsons,
Well, it's
and
true.
a lot of people aren't going to let their kids.
But you
buy
know,
The Simpsons
but it's the
ones.
same as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. A lot of people, I don't care. I even grew up in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle era, and I could care less. All the sets look terrible.
Yeah, the sets were pretty horrible.
The
for that one.
minifigs were all I really wanted, and you know, if you follow some of the
But you-
minifig
you-
sites, a lot of people open
get
up the
any-
sets and leave the set alone, just
Yeah.
do the minifigs, and then leave the set alone.
Who's the blue Ninja Turtle?
I don't know, Michelangelo.
No, he was like orange or red.
Yeah, I don't know. Donatello's purple, I think. Leonardo.
Leonardo, I think that's
Yeah,
him. Anyway,
probably. Anyway,
like the only way to get him is like an $80 set. I'm like, I don't want him that bad
yeah.
because
Well,
the set sucks.
yeah, that was like that Avengers airplane set. The set really wasn't that cool. Well, it was kind of, but anyway, there Iron Man. You can only get Iron Man, and one of the other ones are in there.
I need to track down a new Captain America, but already they're like $30 online.
The new Captain America.
Or the little Captain America on his little bike set that was $10
Why? Why are they expensive?
because they retire and Lego
Oh,
climbs
Well,
up there in price.
I still have it. Yeah, Christian didn't even like that one.
I'll buy it from you.
Hey, it's all put
The,
together.
the face on him, on ours, Jason put a lot of helmets on him and it started to scratch off, so it's bugging me.
As much as it pains me, Christian is
the
not a
itchy
big
sweater.
fan of any of the superheroes. Well, he likes the Batman ones, but otherwise, and he kind of likes Thor, but he just wants me to give Thor to a friend who's a huge Thor fan, and that's really the only reason why he cares about that. But you know, I'm a proud father, and this you may have already experienced this because Jason's a pretty hip kid. But Christian just the other day watched the first A New Hope, Star Wars, and he liked it.
Jason's watched all 6 of them, and he's liked
See,
all
he
of
is a
them.
cool kid. Christian, I had to talk him into it.
Yeah. He also just started. He watched 1 and 2 so far and liked them of Back to the Future.
Yeah, Christian loved Back to the Future, but that was because of the DeLorean Lego set.
Yeah, and he actually even a lot of people would call me a bad father, but he watched Jurassic Park. Half of it so far. He did get scared, but then he's like, I really want to see the rest of it.
Yeah, that doesn't make you a bad father. No, see.
A lot of people don't like the whole. Even Steven Spielberg didn't let his kids see Jurassic Park until they were like 10.
But see, now people consider me a bad father because, like, I knew Christian's mother was going to have to be induced, and so I picked a day so his 21st birthday will fall on a Saturday. Some people claim that makes me a bad father. I think it's just thinking ahead. So
True.
cast stones if you'd like, people. Anyway. But anyway, yeah, no, Christian did like Back to the Future. He watched Men in Black. That made me pretty proud. I had to talk him into that too. He wasn't buying it either. That was actually at Kathy's house. She had a DVR, and I'm like, no, they're really cool aliens. He's like, yeah, whatever, Dad. And I'm like, and Will Smith's in it, and he's like, yeah, but he sucks. And I'm like, well, you're right, but just watch it.
I think it was I had got the 3rd one so I could watch it, and I was watching it, and Jason got out of bed and came, what are you watching? Oh, it's Men in Black. Okay, you can watch it. It's not that bad, And
yeah.
then he's like, oh, this is the 3rd one? I want to see the others. His
It-
favorite is number 2.
See, and Christian hasn't watched the other 2 yet. And he got a little freaked out at one of the parts where the alien pulls a weird face. But, it wasn't too bad. He gets a little freaked out about it. But
That was actually one of my Black Friday purchases. Was I got the $2 Men in Black 3 DVD at Walmart.
yeah, well, that's a good deal. I actually, for Cyber Monday, I did get a good deal. Hopefully my son's not watching. But anyway, I got $5 Laker Jazz
just in case-
tickets.
$5.
$5, yeah, Laker tickets for the Jazz game. The Jazz are really terrible this year, and the Lakers are
Apparently the Lakers are too if they're giving away the
Well, yes.
Tickets
It's
for
2 days
$5.
after Christmas, so I think it'll probably be kind of a slow game. It's on a Friday, though, but granted, I'll be able to, they're in the nosebleeds. But for $5 a ticket, I mean, how can you go wrong?
I don't even watch sports, and I've never even looked at the price of a ticket, but I can imagine that $5 is pretty cheap.
Well, I mean,
For a
to go
Lakers
watch an ISU basketball game, it's going to cost me at least $20 for me and my son to go to that. and then $5 parking, and then
And-
$10 for ice cream.
And honestly, who wants to go watch an ISU game anyway?
Well, their basketball team. We should now see the ISU women. That's a whole other thing. The ISU women are very good.
Well,
They are good. Very well coached.
you
Good
know,
team.
Normally it's like when it comes to the female sports, like pro sports, like the
WNBA.
WNBA.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. But when it comes to college ones, it's like, let's see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know
Who's,
what?
who's playing this year?
Well, what's cool is the women. They're actually brutal. They're mean. They push each other. They're mean. They are ruthless. They are brutal compared to the men.
That's
So-
Alpharetta too.
Oh, awesome. Well, just in case anybody in my family didn't believe that actually somebody let me talk on television,
Yeah.
I now have digital proof. So, but anyway, yeah, no. So that is one deal I got on Cyber Monday. So apparently, I'm going to a Laker game, and that's always fun.
That's still kind of shocking. The $5 ticket.
Yeah, well, and the funny thing is, then there was like for each ticket there was like a $5 fee, and then total.
So technically it's $10.
A $10 ticket. Yeah, altogether it still ended up costing me like $20-some, but for two $5 tickets. But still, I mean, I have paid $100 a ticket to go watch the Lakers play before too, and they were only like 10 rows lower than where I am now. Granted, that was when the Lakers had a championship team. This year they don't, but sad to say. But neither do the Jazz. The Jazz are terrible this year, which I know it's going to make me unpopular, but I don't think anybody's paying attention. Anyway, but the Jazz, I hate them. So, yeah, just saying. But that is another point about ISU. Why does ISU charge so much for their sports?
I have no idea.
Is it the
Because
state-of-the-art facility that we have?
It's definitely not that because it's falling apart.
Yeah, and it's not
weren't-
that they're
weren't they-
repairing it.
Weren't they trying to like add, to people's home taxes to pay to repair it?
Well, they shouldn't charge me $18 to go to a game and watch them. Yeah, so, I mean, and this year they were much improved over last year. I'll say that, but still, I'm not going
But
to pay
last
that
year
much
they
money.
still charged the same amount.
It's true
to go watch
And
them
They won one
lose
game
horribly.
against like a junior college.
Now, I could see some people wanting to go see them lose because that's always fun, but
That's only fun for the first game.
you
or two.
shouldn't charge them for that.
Yeah, and then they do the big homecoming parade and all of that, and kind of get you amped up and proud to be in Pocatello, and then you go watch your team get beat by 45 points, and you paid $40 to do it. So anyway, that's just terrible, and maybe there's a lot of things I don't understand about the pricing. But the thing is, Highland. I went to those Highland games this year. That place was packed. Okay, and that was at like $5 to $6 a ticket. I'll pay that to go watch local sports and support our local teams.
Well, and I think the only thing at ISU really that's cheap still to go see, even if you're a student, because they still charge you almost the same amount for a student. It's like $2 off or something. But the only thing that's still really that cheap is the theater.
I was going
Movie
to say,
theater.
isn't the theater pretty cheap?
But if you go see theater, like want to go see a play, that's still
Oh,
an
yeah.
arm and a leg. It's like $10.
Stevens Performing Arts Center, they charge everything,
Yeah.
and that place is ridiculous. I
It's
mean,
like
I could go watch
$25-$30 for the
America
symphony.
croon out some terrible songs that were terrible when they were good, and they still charge you like $40 a ticket for it. I know that's going to make Kathy mad because that's one of her groups, but anyway. Yeah,
It's okay.
so-
Maybe she fell asleep with the
She
others.
might be tending to somebody's catheter,
Yeah.
and that probably is more entertaining than what we're doing. So, just saying. But no, actually, I think the women's ISU games are cheap because they do those in Reed Gym. But they seem to think you need to pay $20
Yeah.
to go to a football game. And I was real impressed, though, that people were out supporting Pokey and Highland and Century because that place was full. And I mean, of course, there's the students, and they were rivalry games. But even in the playoffs, when Highland was playing Boise teams, I was very surprised how many people showed up from Boise for those. But Christian and I went to everyone. It was a good time. I didn't have to pay $5 just to park. The ice cream was still $5 each. But that's the best thing about those games is that ice cream. Reed's Dairy does some good stuff.
Reed's Dairy ice cream is awesome.
Yeah. Is this place over here, is this still Far's, by the way? Does anybody know?
No, I don't know. They changed their sign.
Yeah, it's something like
like-
Enchanted Jungle or something.
Yeah.
It sounds like one of the theme rooms at the
Black Swan.
Black
Yeah.
Swan, but
That's exactly what I thought when I passed. I'm like, I don't know if I want to go in there.
take my kid in there to have some ice cream. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, the place is still there, and I don't know if they still sell Farr's ice cream or not. It's delicious ice cream, and it was like $1 a scoop, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But you can't use a card. That's the downside.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't carry cash anymore.
But at $1, it's like, lift up the couch cushion.
Yeah, but usually I'm driving down the road and I'm thinking, oh, ice cream. And I guess I could probably dig under the seat and come up. But then there's probably only enough for Christian, and then I don't get any ice cream. That's no fun. Who wants to have ice cream when you can't have ice cream?
You just always get in the habit of leaving, $2 in your car.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But except for my 7-year-old will steal that. He'll be all over that. He's a little entrepreneur or a thief. One of the two. I don't know. Whichever way I want to look at it.
I think until they turn, 10, I think, is that's when it turns into thievery.
Yeah, maybe.
Before
so.
that, it's just sneaky.
Yeah. And
Smart.
usually he'll only take a quarter at a time, though. He won't pocket bills. He's a pretty honest kid when it comes to that. But if there's a quarter, he knows the claw game is calling for him. And he thinks that claw game is like, well, he's a kid who loves games of chance. Like, if I let him spend money on lottery, that kid would, yeah.
Keep him away from Vegas.
Or the reservation. Either way.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I always forget we have that there.
Yep, a miniature little Vegas, only 9 miles away.
I mean, whenever I try to drive through to Idaho Falls, I just kind of focus, zone it out, tune it out. It's not there.
Yeah.
Blackfoot.
Yeah.
Not to bash on Fort Hall, but
No.
one of these days, I'm sure they will clean it up and it won't be that bad. They have been working on it a bit, and it has improved. They redid some of the roads, mainly for the festival, and that was a huge improvement on its own.
Well, and I remember when you just went to Fort Hall for cheap cigarettes, but now there's
now
bingo and there's a casino and a hotel, and that
And
hotel is
because
very
of all
nice.
that, they started charging the same price for cigarettes anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, something. But I don't smoke anymore, so that's okay. Sorry, John. That sucks to be you.
No, I'm actually now 15 days.
Oh, awesome. Well, then you're through the hard part, the 15 days.
No,
the first
no,
10
I
is the
still
hard
want to
part.
kill everyone.
Well, you wanted to kill everyone before.
I know.
Yeah, I don't think that's nicotine. But, yeah, no, I think it's great what Fort Hall's done out there. Not trying to bash on them at all.
Yeah.
I do. Which, that brings me to another thought. My mind works randomly. There are some good charities going on this time of year, and if anybody's listening, out at the mall, I can't remember what it's called, but where you get to go, and they have the Christmas trees set up, and there's kids, and they list what they want, where you buy toys for children in need. That's a great, great charity. Everyone should do that. If you don't have $5 to go buy a needy kid a set of Legos, then you'd have no business.
If
doing
you
anything.
find Legos for $5, tell me.
Minifigs
Don't buy them for
or
them. Leave
something.
them on the shelf and just tell me, because that's a good deal.
Well, I'm actually going to make my son. I've got a set aside. Granted, he found it. It was hidden, and he found it before Christmas, so I told him it wasn't for him. But I decided a good thing. I'm going to actually make him physically take that to the Toys for Tots thing and give it away. So that'll teach my son charity.
See, I would do that with Mega Bloks, but probably I don't know if I can bring myself to do it with Lego.
Well, it's a superhero set. I can't remember which one it is, but it's a superhero set that I got on a clearance anyway. And, I mean, there
It's
are...
not Captain America, is it?
No, it's not Captain America. It's a more expensive set originally than that.
Really?
Yeah, it's normally a $25 set, and I got it for $12. So, yeah, it was in Boise a couple weeks ago. Boise has some good Lego sales. It's like Boise. Here, people are all over Lego. There must be more Lego
know.
fanatics in Pocatello than we
And
realize.
I think they hide. Because
Yeah.
you never see them at the store. It's just everything disappears when you
Yeah,
go.
and you'll see stuff stashed on the top shelves,
Yeah,
like in
they
other
hide it.
aisles where people are hiding stuff from
Yeah.
you. So if you really want good Lego, well, no, never mind. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, don't give away the tips.
Any good trade secrets?
Yeah. Anyway,
Sorry, I kind of shut up during your show today. We were supposed to talk about more Legos, but we've got we could fill a whole show with Lego talk. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, someday we should bring some of the more interesting sets. Oh yeah, okay. Here's
we have a Facebook page, facebook.com/It's Not That Late. Just so you know.
Yeah, so you can like it and you can comment and tell us
how bad we suck.
how bad we suck. Yeah, and tell me that that guy that died was important and how you are not the same.
There was like a World War II vet that died a few days ago too, and I think no one talks about that, but
they
I'm
should.
like, that's more important than the guy who ended up. It's kind of weird because I'm sure there's a statistic out there of how many of these young kids have actually gone out and tried to race like they've seen inside of his movies and ended up killing themselves.
That's probably true.
And it's kind of ironic almost, but
And sad.
and sad. Yeah.
I mean, it's like how many potheads did Seth Rogen create with Pineapple Express?
Yeah.
And Cheech and Chong. Yeah. But I guess those are great movies. I guess if you aren't smart enough to not do what you see in the movies, you deserve to die. Maybe that's the moral.
That could be.
Yeah, it's like the little warnings on blow dryers that you're not supposed to use it in the bathtub.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Paul Walker. I want to say I remember seeing him do PSA saying, "Don't speed, don't do what I do in the movies."
Yeah, the MythBusters do.
Apparently,
that.
he forgot to tell his friend.
Most
Anyway,
of the people who watch MythBusters are pretty smart.
we're pretty much out of time. Any second now, this is going to go off the air. It'll replay Saturday at I think it was 10. I don't remember. Or you can go to here, and then some point in the future, I'll probably get it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can like this, and then you'll see when it comes up because I'll post it to there. And if you wanted to rewatch it or watch it again, or
Anyway, thanks again for letting me come, John. I appreciate it.
anytime,
It's a good
anytime.
time.
You need to come more regularly because Danny can't do it anymore. Dave never comes down. And
Well, I'll be David.
if no one else comes, I just replay an old show that no one cares about.
So, well, I'll come because it's fun.